Hey everybody, this is TJ with Pixar Post. We are going to take a look at the very exciting Thinkway line of toys for Toy Story That Time Forgot. We actually haven't even opened these ourselves yet, so we're going to be taking a look at them together for the first time and do a full unboxing. Just for size comparisons, we wanted to also set up here the Toy Story collection Buzz Lightyear as well as Woody figures, so that way you can see the differences. It's essentially the same character. There are small differences on the top of Woody's head and just very small differences. Like for instance on his paint on his hair, you'll see like little streaks of color. And on the Toy Story That Time Forgot Battlesaurs Woody, it doesn't have that detail in his hair. And then as far as Buzz Lightyear, the only difference you'll really notice is he doesn't have the dome, the clear dome on his head. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll take these off and let's take a close look at Buzz Lightyear first. And then we will dig into the Woody figure and compare the size of the Mattel version that is coming out as well. So let's take a look at the box itself first. You'll notice that as it says in the lower corner there that it features weapons and over 15 phrases from the tune. It shows that he can launch his Plasma Core blaster. And as I go ahead and just turn the box, you'll see all sides of it here. And on the back, it just points out what all the different things are. It mentions his Plasma Core blaster, the Zeta Crystal Battle Axe. That's where he can talk and say some of his phrases. He has a Battle Dirk and his granitoid spalders on his shoulders. Very cool stuff. And those clip on. And we'll go ahead and turn this here. And it says, "We are the Battlesaurs, fierce survivors in a hostile world, forever changed by cosmic Zeta rays from an exploding galaxy. We battle to remain strong, defending Battleopolis against the savage outland beasts threatening our very existence. May the song of the star Talon ring out over the lands." So, and then the top just shows Battlesaurs Buzz Lightyear, and the bottom has where his batteries go and some additional information. So let's take a look. I've already cut the plastic tab that goes on there. And as far as Buzz himself, it gives a nice little pull handle. I'll go ahead and just move that box aside. And it looks like we've got all of the standard and the back tape and all that kind of jazz. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Buzz Lightyear now that he's actually out of his plastic prison. As you can see, he has his granitoid shoulder spalders, which are actually pretty cool. They come right on and off like that, so that way you can move them, and they go up and down to accommodate his arm movement. And let's take a look at some of the other items that he has down here. He has his Zeta Crystal Battle Axe. You can see his Battle Dirk. And this is actually a pretty soft, very soft rubber. This is a little bit harder, doesn't bend quite as much, and of course has the fist that appears on the Battlesaur items, the weapons that they have. And then you have the Plasma Core blaster that we'll show you as well. And this is where you can load in the Plasma Cores to shoot out. All right, so Buzz himself, head moves side to side, standard movement there. Arms, fingertips move in and out a little bit on both hands to accommodate the weapons that he can hold. The laser button does not press on this particular Buzz. And the other thing you'll notice is that he does not have removable wings. They do not pop out on this particular one. They are embedded in his jetpack there. As far as motion goes, can move his arms all different ways, legs, very minimal knee articulation, and foot movement is pretty minimal as well, but what's really cool about it is obviously all the weapons that he comes with. So let's take a look at that. One thing you can do with Buzz is outfit him where you can actually snap this in on the back when he's not using it, which is pretty cool. So then you'll also notice with Buzz, he can hold his weapons, and you'll see on the weapons they have these little prongs that fit neatly in his hands. And when you do that, it's a tight squeeze, but once you get it in there, he'll hold on to it. So you can see that he can move and karate chop his way to battle axing people there. And then for this one, he can also hold the battle dirk as well. It's a little bit of a harder one to get in because of the soft nature of the dirk itself. But once you do get it in there, it is pretty cool because he can hold that as well. And like I said, when he's not using his axe, that can easily be clipped in as well. Let's take a look at the Plasma Core Blaster as well. So as far as the Plasma Core Blaster, we're going to go ahead and load one of these bad boys up with a Plasma Core, and then we're going to snap it onto Buzz here so that way he can use it. And it just snaps right on top like that. And then to fire it, you just press this button right here. So let's go ahead and see if I can aim it at the camera here. So let's do a second one and show you a little bit of a different direction. I'll go off to the side a little bit. So it actually launches pretty good. It's probably about a 7-foot launch is what I would guess. And again, it's pretty cool. It just pops right off. Let's hear some of Buzz's phrases, though, as he goes through them.
Incredible, isn't it? Mayday! Mayday! Buzz Lightyear to the rescue! Oh, I get it. Hey, motion-activated room sentry. Impressive.
So the only thing about this particular toy that I'm not 100% with is the fact that the Battlesaur emblem is actually a sticker on the front of the actual button that you press to hear him talk. That's the only thing that I'm not 100% sold on with this particular item. I feel like obviously if a child is playing with it over time, the corners are either going to pick up a little bit or it'll just wear.
Whoa. Where are you going?
It'll wear a little bit if you press on that too many times. All right, well, that's a look at Buzz. Let's just go ahead and spin him around one more time here, and then we will take a look at Woody. Before I go off of Buzz, the one thing I did want to also bring into frame here was the Mattel version, just so you can get an idea from a scale standpoint. The Mattel version of the Buzz, which we'll be reviewing on another video of the whole Mattel line, which comes with a lot of different figures. All right, so now let's take a look at the Battlesaurs Woody talking action figure, again from Thinkway, from Toy Story The Time Forgot. We're going to go ahead and give a quick look at the box, and I'm going to spin this here. So again, all the same story that was on the Buzz Lightyear box is actually on this one. And then let's take a close look at the back of the box as well. And obviously, you'll see all the different items. He's got his features weapons and phrases from the tune. He's got his Battle Dirk, his Zeta Crystal Battle Blade, Granitoid Spalders again, and of course those clip on. And let's go ahead and take a look. So let's go ahead and unbox Woody, since this one is so similar from what we've seen for the process for Buzz. All right, so now let's take a look at Woody now that he's out of his box. And you'll notice a few things that are similar to the Thinkway collection, but obviously the few things that are not. I mentioned already this hair. He doesn't have the light brown and black swirls in the top of his hair. Face is a little bit more of a matte rather than a sheen. He does not have the pull string in the back to speak his voice. He speaks just like Buzz does by pressing that button up front. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention on Buzz too is it does not say Andy on the bottom of the feet on Buzz or on Woody. So you just notice that as well. So as far as Woody, let's take a look. He has his Granitoid Spalders that of course snap on just like they did for Buzz and also have some motion as well. He comes with his Zeta Crystal Battle Blade, which in this particular instance just kind of snaps in his hand. He doesn't have those connection points like Woody did. It's actually more of just a squeeze it in there and the tension holds it in. So he's got his Zeta Crystal Battle Blade and also has a Battle Dirk as well. What's interesting is that this is actually a little bit more stiff and rigid than the one that came with the Buzz figure, and I would figure they'd be very similar, but it also doesn't contain that little cutout to fit into his hand, into Buzz's hand as well, so you can fit that in additionally. Now let's go ahead and take a listen to some of Woody's phrases that he has.
Well, hi there, sir. My name's Woody, and nobody cares.
And the first thing that you'll notice is that while Buzz Lightyear was Tim Allen, the actual voice, this is actually Jim Hanks, Tom Hanks' brother, again doing these voices.
Well, I think I'm going to head back. Being a sheriff is nothing like playing Battlesaurs. Granitoid battle armor? Check. Zeta Crystal Ultimate Battle Blade? Double check. Reptilus Maximus is no match for Battle Woody.
All right, well, that's our look at the Thinkway collection for Toy Story That Time Forgot, Buzz and Woody. If any more particular characters are released, we'll be sure to update those as well. And be sure to check out our other video, which we'll be updating very shortly, with the Mattel collection for Toy Story That Time Forgot as well. Thanks again, and be sure to stay tuned to PixarPost.com all week for the latest Pixar news.